Hello and welcome to Dad Got This. This is the next part in my multi-part series on the Ninja Woodfire Grill. Putting this sucker through its paces. The good folks at Ninja sent Dad a Woodfire Grill to review. They have no input on any of these videos I make. The videos are 100% my opinion. They don't see them before they go up. I did get to keep the unit. Just wanted to be upfront about that. What are we doing with it today? We are going to do a little bit of smoking and try and fix an error Dad made with his last ribs cook. I used the wrong rub. I messed everything up. I had to babysit my smoker. It was a real pain in the butt. This one, I should be able to set a dial, set it, forget it, and we should be able to get some pretty tasty smoked ribs off of the Woodfire Grill. Let's get outside and start a woodfire grilling. Fire. Yeah, that. We're gonna do that. Technically, this should be pretty easy. We are just going to smoke these at 250 degrees for however long it takes to become tender. I'm gonna try and not even like do a wrap or anything. I'm just gonna rub them, smoke them at 250, and see how they come out. But I'm gonna go ahead and prep these up, hit them with a dry rub, and let's preheat our smoker to 250 degrees.
This is simple to do. Set it to smoker, make sure you see the little flame. If not, hit that button, and then hit the start button. That's it. Now we're gonna go ahead and add in our wood pellets. Open up your container, pour in one little container of wood pellets, and that's it. We're ready to go. Our rub is simple. It is brown sugar, about 3 tablespoons. Garlic powder, about 2 tablespoons. Onion powder, 2 tablespoons of that one. And then we're gonna go with a little tiny bit of black pepper because my family barely can take any spice. Some ginger, about a half a tablespoon. Ground cumin, same thing, about a half a tablespoon. Smoked paprika, this is really just for color, a tablespoon of that. And then you're gonna mix that until it's all incorporated and homogeneous. Look at that, that's a good word, big word. We are starting off with a rack of spare ribs from my local Sam's Club. We are gonna pat it dry, and then we're gonna trim these up into some St. Louis ribs. If you wanna know a little bit more about that, there's a link to a video in the description that explains everything and shows you how to do it step by step. Basically, we're just trimming off anything extra that's not gonna cook evenly during our rib cook. Save that meat because you can do stir fries and all sorts of stuff with it. And now we are just scoring the membrane. Instead of removing the membrane, I found this trick on another barbecue channel and it works great. You don't even taste the membrane, no difference. Lastly, we are going to rub the entire rack of ribs with our rub. Be generous with it. It doesn't have any salt in it yet, so you can really kind of go heavy. Speaking of salt, now is when we're gonna add the salt. We're doing this separately because if you mix your salt in your rub, you don't really know how much salt is getting on the meat and you can end up over salting your meat. You can always add salt at the end of a cook. You can't take it away. Now, I had to cut these down to get them to fit into the Ninja Woodfire Grill. And now I'm just gonna add a little bit of extra rub on the ends. And these are basically ready to go on the grill. The Woodfire Grill will tell you when it's ready and tell you to add food. We've got this set at 250 degrees and I just set it at 6 hours just to be safe. And now we smoke away.
I had no problem fitting that one rack of ribs in there. You do have to cut it in half. Not a big deal. One rack of ribs is plenty to feed my little family. If you happen to have a super large family, this might not be the grilling accessory or item for you. Now we wait. We just let these things smoke and we'll check in on them every once in a while. And Dad's got some errands to run. So I'll see you guys in a little bit.
At about an hour in, they look pretty good. I mean, they're shrinking up a little bit. All right, now 2 hours and 20 minutes in, and they are starting to get a little dark. Dad may have put a little too much sugar in his rub. We'll see how this goes. Just shy of 3 hours, these are looking pretty good. Nice and tender. The probe just goes right in with no resistance. These are probably ready to sauce. And now we are going to go ahead and sauce this with whatever barbecue sauce you like. I happen to have some Sweet Baby Ray's laying around, so that's what we're going to go ahead and sauce with. Put a healthy amount on. I probably should have thinned this out, but I just went straight barbecue sauce. We're going to close this up, and we are going to put it on the air crisp setting, and we're going to do that for a few minutes at about, 450. And that should get us a nice little tacky setup on our barbecue sauce. A few minutes later, and oh, those look good.
The ribs are done. They look and smell fantastic. They have like a meteorite bark on them. They are dark. I did have quite a bit of sugar in my rub, and I think they went a little bit longer, almost 4 hours. They probably could have been done around 2.5 to 3, but I was out and didn't get a chance to get back to them. So this is what they did at 250 for probably around 4 hours. I'll put the actual time up over here. I just want to try one. That's what I want to do. Here's a few things I noticed about smoking on the Woodfire Grill. The pellets last for about 1 hour for the hopper. If you want to add more pellets, you add them to the hopper, and then you hold that smoke fire button for 3 seconds, and it'll reignite the hopper and start more pellets. This got 2 baskets worth of pellets, about 2 hours worth of smoke out of the entire thing. Keep in mind that meats stop absorbing smoke after a certain amount of time, a little over an hour or 2 hours into a smoke anyway, so you're not losing a lot by not having it smoky throughout the whole cook. Let's cut this up and see how they are.
I know they look like charcoal, but that's the camera. They're not that dark. As you can see in the photo, they definitely are much lighter than they showed up in the video.
These did not get wrapped, so they are not going to be that like super wet rib, but I'm very interested to see what they taste like. Oh wow. Smoky, sweet. You can see it pulled right off the bone. No give at all. The bark on the outside is nice and crunchy. Kind of like that in a rib. Man, these are good. Try one more bite. Very hot. Very hot. These are great. The Woodfire Grill smoked them up perfectly. I might have let them go a little too long, but you can't tell. They are still super tender. That bark is nice on the outside. A little bit of that sweet barbecue sauce. Quite impressed. If you would like to pick yourself up one of these Woodfire Grills, Dad has links down below. They are affiliate links. It helps Dad out. Doesn't cost you anything else. Just a nice way to support the channel. You can also support the channel by liking and sharing out this video. That does a whole bunch for Dad. Really appreciate that. Subscribe if it's something you're interested in. Dad may really like his ribs this time and didn't mess them up and make them too salty that you can't eat them. If you want, that video's in the description. But Dad doesn't do outros, so that's it. Bye.